coffee. Okay. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Em, and somehow we are here to talk about my December TBR, the last TBR of 2023. There are a lot of things I don't understand, and at the top of that list right now is how it is December of 2023. And it's not just me. My 11-year-old the other day came up to me really upset because she feels like this year has gone by so fast and she hasn't gotten to do the things she thought she was going to have the time to do. I'm like, my darling child, I'm so sorry to tell you, that is not going to change. But anyways, let's talk about the books. I did myself dirty last month when I rolled for what I was going to read for my end of the year TBR and inadvertently left all the super chunky books for this month. Plus, I have 4 books on my Self-Destructing TBR as well, plus the books that are on my Libro FM list. So, in full transparency, this will come up in my November wrap-up, but I have not done very good reading through my end of the year TBR for November at this point. Maybe that will change. Maybe I'll get a lot of reading done, but I've been DNFing like a pro. So we'll see. Luckily, the end of the year TBR is not under the same time constraint as Self-Destructing TBR. Self-Destructing TBR has to leave the house at the end of the month. End of the year TBR is whatever I have not finished or not read is going to stay. I will not be unhauling those. So that's good. But anyways, let's get into it. We're going to start with my Self-Destructing TBR. I'm so nervous. First book up is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. I bought this purely off of Instagram hype alone. I have a couple of friends on Instagram whose reading tastes closely align with my reading tastes, who really love this series in general. I have an in real life friend who really loves this series, so I have high hopes that I will also love this series, because I'm really chasing that feeling right now. Next is The Maleficent 7 by Cameron Johnston. I requested this for Christmas last year from my mom. And now I'm a little nervous about it because as much as I love Angry Robot books, the last 4 I have tried from Angry Robot books have not worked for me, and I have DNF'd them. So I was so excited about this book. Obviously, I asked for it for Christmas. I was really into it, and now I'm just really nervous. I don't have high hopes for this one. Also, we're not doing synopses. That's okay with everyone, right? Okay, cool. Next is The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. This is the last book I have to read out of the Sapphic trifecta. I read She Who Became the Sun, really liked it. I read The Unbroken, absolutely loved it. No, I still haven't read The Faithless. We'll get to it. And so I just have to read The Jasmine Throne. Again, not a small book. Nervous about my ability to get it done, but it's here. And then the last one for the Self-Destructing TBR is The Story of the 100 Promises by Neil Cochran. This is a local author for me, and I think this has fairy tale vibes. I tried to read it earlier this year, I think it was the next book I picked up after finishing A River Enchanted, and the tone in this was so similar to A River Enchanted, and there were even similar character names that I put it down almost right away because I knew it was going to be too similar, and I didn't love A River Enchanted, and so I didn't want those feelings to carry over into this book. So I set it down, but now it's time to come back around and finish this. I think this is a queer Beauty and the Beast retelling. All right, and then as always with Self-Destructing TBR, if I haven't tried to read them by the end of the month, I have to unhaul them. So fingers crossed that these work for me, because I haven't been having great success with books that I've picked for myself lately. And then we have the remaining books from my end of the year TBR. We have we have a lot of books that if I was going to do a 5-star prediction video, a lot of the books in this stack would be in that video. Starting off with A Strange and Stubborn Endurance by Foz Meadows. I have wanted to read this so bad. ever since it came out. I really think I'm going to love this. I think it's going to be the perfect book for me. I am so excited and also so nervous because my reading's been so funky for the last month or so. So 5-star prediction, but I want to love it so much. Okay, so Strange and Stubborn Endurance. Next, We Could Be So Good by Cat Sebastian. Generally, I really like Cat Sebastian's books. I think there's only been maybe one that hasn't worked for me, and that's because it has single parent trope, and single parent trope is not good for me. But this one, it takes place in the 1950s, I think, and neither of them are single parent as far as I know. The other book that I think is going to be a 5-star prediction is The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I know this book has had really mixed reviews on all the bookish spaces, but there's a lot of buzzwords in here for things that I like, and I think I'm really hoping that the things that didn't work for other people are going to work for me, and that it will be a new favorite, and that I'll be ready to dive into book 2, which I think is coming out relatively soon. Next up is Malice by John Gwynne. It's just gonna keep going from here. There's so many chunky books. I have like one more skinny book, and then they're all chunkers. I don't know. It's so chunky. I'm so nervous. And again, it's one that I really want to like. I don't know if it's a 5-star prediction, but I would say it's definitely a 4-star prediction, a high 4. I think there's a lot about this that I could really like. I've read a little bit of John Gwynne's writing, and I know that I really like it. Again, I've just been in such a funky space that I don't know if the books that I thought would work for me back in July are gonna work for me now. And I bought this one for myself for my birthday, so we'll see. We'll see if Past Emily knew what she was doing. The only reasonable length book on this stack is Liar City by Ali Theron. This is urban fantasy mystery romance. I know it's gay, and I think that's all I've got. I read Ali Theron before and have really liked her, so I'm hoping that I will really like this. And then I have Chaos Vector by Megan E. O'Keefe. This is book 2 in the Protectorate series. I read book 1, I can't even remember what it was called, Velocity Weapon, earlier this year, and I really liked it. And I actually started this and got about 100-ish pages in and realized I wasn't tracking what was happening, and so I knew if I kept going I was going to get confused and would give it a low rating, so I put it down with the intention of picking it back up after Summerween, and then I just never picked it back up. So now's my time. And then we have Infinity Gate by M.R. Carey. I don't know. This is not a 5-star prediction either, because while I really liked The Girl with All the Gifts, that is the only book by this author that I have read, and I don't know if I'm in a space opera mood right now, but I guess we'll find out. And then the final book for the end of the year TBR is, of course, The Faithless by C.L. Clarke, which, yes, I still haven't read. I don't know why. This is a 5-star prediction. I absolutely love The Unbroken. I love C.L. Clarke's writing style. I love their characters. I love everything about that world. And I am really just so excited to watch Luca and Turan be absolute chaos together. Like absolute disasters. It's just made me so happy. And then I have 3 books left for my TBR, and they are my Libro FM audiobooks, because I am a former bookseller and a current social media manager for a bookstore. And so I have a embarrassing number of audiobooks on Libro FM because of the bookseller program. And so I am trying to be very purposeful in getting that list to be a little bit smaller, a little less overwhelming. And so the 3 books that I am going to be listening to in December are The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. And I tried to listen to this earlier this year, and I wasn't super in the mood for it, and so I soft DNF'd it, so I'm going to go back and try to finish it. I really love Roshni Choksi's middle grade books. The Arusha middle series is one of my favorite middle grade series, and I'm really hoping her adult stuff works as well for me as Arusha does. Though Gothic is not always my favorite, so I don't know. I don't know. And then the next one is Really Good Actually, which I know is contemporary, but I don't know anything else about it. It's just on the tag that I'm working through. And then the final book, which is also a 5-star prediction, is The Daughters of Izdahar. I'm really excited. I love this cover. I want to love this book so bad. So fingers crossed that my December reading month is superior to what November has been. I have found in November I am really struggling to care about what is happening in books, and I think it's because I'm so maxed out on caring because of all of the things going on in the real world. There's so much to care about and to worry about and to take action against, and I have found that I do not have any empathy left over for fictional characters at the end of the day. So I've been DNFing a ton. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction because that is hitting better, and fiction is just, it's so hit or miss for me right now. So fingers crossed that the world becomes nicer and treats people better. That's probably not going to happen. So I don't know what the solution is to this current state of my reading, but I am hoping that I come back around and I'm able to find more escape in the books that I pick up in December. And yeah, that's the end of this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching and spending your precious time with me. I really appreciate it. I know we have really busy and full lives, and there's so many things going on in the world at large, but then also in our own lives, and I just really appreciate that you spend any of your time with me. So if you would like to leave a comment, but you don't have anything in particular to say, oh my gosh, sorry, okay. Let's do crown emoji, since we have the Jasmine throne and the faithless, you know, royalty. So crown emoji. And I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.